Hello, Mama. I just called to tell you all those tears you shed for me, they were not in vain. Well, those of you that have been around our ministry through the years, you know that that's been one of the most popular songs that I've written and that I've sung. And it touched my heart when a young man back in West Virginia shared a testimony with me. That was back in the early 70s. Just got word this week that young man, now a few years older than me, has gone on into eternity. David Harold, the fellow that inspired me to write this song with his testimony. Can I tell you, I hope I can get it all together. We grew up together back around Newton, West Virginia. He was at Euler, that's the little hollers there in Roane County, West Virginia. But David, now, he was kind of a rough character, and always seemed like he was getting in trouble. And through the years, it just kept getting worse. Well, I lost touch with him because of Vietnam War at that time, and then I was teaching school. But one day, I was visiting my folks back at the home place in West Virginia, and my mother came. She said, honey, she said, David Harold's out there at the front door, and he wants to see you. He rode his motorcycle right down the yard and parked right in front of the front porch. And she said, I don't know, what does he want with you? And I was kind of wondering myself, and I was a little bit uneasy. When I went, though, and I opened that front door to our home, and on that porch, David turned around. I saw he still had the motorcycle uniform and everything on, all the leathers and all like that. But that face looked different. I didn't see that harsh look, but instead I saw a smile with kindness and even a few little tears. And he said, Junior, I heard you's home. And he said, I just had to tell you what happened. He said, you know how I was and carried on. He said, well, I went to Vietnam and I served over there, and I just been discharged, honorably discharged. And he said, while I was over in Vietnam, I promised the Lord, if I got home safely, that I was going to straighten up. And he said, that's what I had in mind. But he said, things don't always go the way you want them. And he said, I ended up just getting into a lot of stuff I shouldn't. In fact, he was into drugs and alcohol really bad. And he even told his little mama, said, I've had all your prayers I want. I'm heading out of here. I'm going to go join up with the motorcycle gang, the Hells Angels, and I'm going to head towards the West Coast. And he said, just broke her heart. I could identify with the praying mama because God allowed me to be brought up in a wonderful Christian home. And anyway, I could identify with that. So I was really interested as he shared this testimony. He said, you know, I started out towards the West Coast. And he said, I was on my old Harley. I was going down a country road somewhere out about the Colorado River in the early morning hours. And he said, Mama's prayers, for some reason, started going through my mind. And he said, the more I thought about it, the further I went, the heavier my heart got. And he said, finally, he said, I just couldn't go on any further. He said, I had to pull over to the side of the road. And he said, I ended up making an altar out of my old Harley out there. And he said, I asked the Lord to save me. And he said, thank God that's what happened. He said, I was so happy. And he said, the first thing that went through my mind was that little mama. And I had to call and tell her what happened. He said, I found me a payphone. Now, some of you young people don't even know what that is, but watch a Superman movie, you'll know what payphone booth is. That he found one somewhere out in that Colorado River area. And he said, I called my mama. It was in the early morning hours. And he said, I just couldn't wait to daylight. I had to call and tell her, Mama, I got saved. I found Jesus. Everything's all right now. And thank you for praying. And he said, it changed my life completely. And he said, I heard you was here. And he said, I just wanted to come and tell you what the Lord had done in my heart. I was so happy to hear about David's experience that I ended up staying what stayed in my mind, because the song, I'll probably have to do another YouTube year, run out of time on my computer. But anyway, the song stayed little by little, started coming to me over the weekend. And when I got back to the school, heading towards the school where I was teaching in Mason County, Hannon High School, junior, senior high school, hey, I wrote many songs early in the morning before the students got there. When I'd be driving the car, I'd be going through my mind that beautiful drive. And I said, you know, I've got to just as soon as I'd get to the band room, scratch it out before everything started. And that's what I did with Hello Mama. And anyway, I'm so thrilled that God let me share it. I'm going to stop this video, and I'm going to start another one. I've got some more stories I want to tell you about Hello Mama, but just a little bit of it before I go. Hello Mama, I just called to tell you all those tears you shed for me, they were not in vain. Something happened tonight while traveling down a country road. I thought that you should be the first to know that I'm not the same. All those dreary days, they're over now. Those sleepless nights are past. All those prayers that you prayed so long, they're answered now at last. For I'm not the boy I used to be. Mama, you can sleep tonight, for I found Jesus. Now everything's all right. Now here's a lot of me in this verse, 'cause I remember how every night before we'd go to sleep, I'd hear her ask the Lord my soul to keep, that I might find the way. And I'm so thankful that through my loneliness, those wasted years, Mama, your prayers kept ringing in my ears every night and day. All those dreary days, they're over now. Those sleepless nights are past. All those prayers that you prayed so long, they're answered now at last. For I'm not the boy I used to be, Mama. You can sleep tonight, for I found Jesus. Now everything's all right. For I'm not the boy I used to be. Mama, you can sleep tonight, for I found Jesus. Now everything's all right. Oh yes, Mama, it's all right. God bless. I'll have some more comments about Hello Mama in the next video for Hello Mama.